Before we dive in, hit like, subscribe, and mark your attendance. Class is in session. 17 years ago, New York gave us a lesson on social hierarchy and the franchise's first iconic one-on-one showdown.
This is you, this is me.
Let's get into it. We open at the tail end of Fashion Week. Ramona scored 2 front row seats to the Badgley Mischka show and invites Kelly.
I get great vibes from Kelly, and I respond to that. I'm a good reader of characters.
She's absolutely not. Kelly starts trauma dumping about the meeting for Jill's charity. Her grievance is simple in theory, but deranged in execution. Bethenny questioned why she wouldn't put her name on a charity invitation, and Kelly took it as a moral attack. It's the world's pettiest disagreement on whether
Who are you, Madonna?
Counts as a drive-by insult. Post-show, Kelly gets weirdly emotionally regulated when it comes to giving Ramona advice about Simon.
No one's looking at him.
Right.
They're looking at you.
But it's temporary. Her inner chaos has a short half-life, and she pivots back to Bethenny. Ramona tries explaining where Bethenny came from, but Kelly cuts her off.
I don't care if she grew up in the woods.
We cut to B-plots. First, Jill and Brad, her interior designer who runs exclusively on Red Bull and applause. They admit they're over budget, but Bobby doesn't care. His only job is funding Jill's neuroses and pretending the apartment doesn't look like the lobby of an Atlantic City casino. Across the bridge, Alex and Simon are knee-deep in Carrera marble and lighting plans while their kids gnaw on tile samples. Then we hit the brass monkey. Bethenny shows up on time and waits for 30 minutes. By the time Kelly rolls in wearing pink rain boots, the power play is on.
Thank you. I've been waiting like a half an hour.
Really? That's too bad.
Kelly comes in at a temperature usually reserved for melting gold.
We're not friends.
Correct.
Bethenny agrees so fast it's practically a reflex.
Your attitude is for kids. You want to play with me, you come up to me, I don't go down to you.
Bethany keeps asking what she's actually there to discuss, but Kelly refuses to land that plane. Instead, she draws an invisible social ladder and places herself on the top.
Okay, this is you, this is me, we don't talk. And
You're here because why?
Because I won't put up with your antics and your bull.
She says Bethany embarrassed herself.
You know what? You know what? The difference between you and me is that while you're busy talking, I'm busy doing things.
Kelly is busy doing things, none of which involve making sense. Bethany is dead-eyed, while Kelly argues herself into a corner and then declares the corner to be disrespectful.
I was so disgusted by your behavior. I think it's so inappropriate.
My behavior, doing what?
You tell me doing what? You tell me.
She can't articulate anything, let alone explain what Bethany actually did. She makes a dramatic exit.
You have a great life. Later.
Bethany exhales like the scene is over, forgetting Bravo never yells cut on Crazy.
I thought that Elvis had left the building, but when I went downstairs to leave, Kelly was lurking in the doorway to give me a few more of her words of wisdom.
Kelly looms by the door like a demented gargoyle guarding the West Side Highway. She heckles Bethany, and Bethany stays completely calm. The franchise's first legendary one-on-one, and Bethany wins it without raising her voice once. Minutes later, Max materializes at the same bar. Kelly has double-booked this side of her emotional spiral like it's a private event space. She dumps the entire fight on him while he tries to flirt. He's clearly there to make out, not litigate charity etiquette. In New Rochelle, Mario plays tennis while Bethenny shares her version of events with Ramona. Ramona says sometimes people just don't like each other. That's fine, unless you're on Bravo. Later, Ramona and Mario go to dinner to drag prima donna Jill over her tennis scheduling emails. Ramona also has a bone to pick with Kelly, who gave an interview that didn't give her credit for taking her to the Badgley Mischka show. They decide to bring both things up at the Page 6 party tomorrow night. Ramona arrives ready to work through her spreadsheet of resentments. First, she calmly confronts Kelly.
Did you go to college? Did you graduate from college?
Yeah.
Restraint is not in Ramona's budget. Kelly assures Ramona she would never suggest Ramona is anything other than a fashion expert. Ramona's ego is satisfied. Mario spots Jill, or Jill spots Mario. Either way, contact is made.
Program, they only accepted 30 people.
Within seconds, they are fully in it.
No, your 15 minutes of fame is getting a little bit too much to your head, and you think that everybody has to revolve around you. And it's not. Go ahead.
She calls her driver Wayne over like she's summoning security at Studio 54.
You know, he's my driver, but he also does security for a lot of people.
Wayne shakes Mario's hand.
What are you shaking his hand for? Kick his ass. Kick his ass, Wayne.
He doesn't. Jill admits she gets a rise out of sparring with the singers. Simon takes a detour from nuisance to peacemaker. Ramona notes it's weird to talk to Simon like a normal human. I'd argue it's hard for Ramona to talk to anyone like a normal human. Alex joins them, and the conversation drifts to a night from the past. Ramona and Mario invited Alex and Simon into their world, and 2 days later, photos of Alex appeared nude in tabloids, and nobody gave Ramona a heads up.
Friends like that, I don't need.
Alex says she genuinely did not know what to say.
Alex, I don't believe anything you say. I like you, but you always like deny, so.
Simon points out that Ramona had a close friend who posed nude in Playboy and was filmed kissing her around a pool.
Hypocrite.
The episode closes on Ramona's indignation and Simon's moral high horse. 17 years later, whose side are you on? Let me know in the comments.